Perry, WICR President and MassCom Senior. There's great things happening in MassCom. Check out NorthAvenueNation.com for the latest student work. North Avenue Nation covers things happening on and off campus, featuring terrific interviews by MassCom students with Eli Manning, Victor Cruz, Bernie Williams, Rob Astorino, and Nia Vardalos. Also, WICR is now streaming online on Live365.com and Ustream.com. Just search WICR.
Kenny's a little too eager to tune back into the show. So, hello, Iona, if you're just tuning back in. This is Kenny Love Spring in the Morning.
Also, if you're just turning back in and you haven't seen Gone Girl, turn it off.
Exactly, because we are going to give spoilers. So, I like saying it like that. So now, before we talked about Ben Affleck as Nick Dunn, which we agree we're not impressed. We talked about Tyler Perry as Tanner Balt and Neil Patrick Harris as Desi Collins. And we also talked about Margot, which I can't remember the actress's name.
Kuhn. I don't know.
Kuhn. With all that being said,
Ben Affleck's still going to get nominated for Best Actor.
Oh, definitely, because it's Ben Affleck.
And we'll
it's
see.
Ben Affleck.
We'll see when we get down.
But a person I specifically do want to be nominated is Rosamund Pike. I think she deserves it for this role.
Oh, without
she reminds
doubt.
The minute I saw her on screen, I love old movies. I love film noir, all that fun stuff. So the minute I saw her,
she looked like a black and white character.
She reminded me of Kim Novak in Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo with James Stewart. Well, it's a great film. It's basically, in true Hitchcock fashion, it's basically a thriller about a woman who pretends she's something she's not.
You mean every Hitchcock movie in the world?
Basically, because he has an obsession with blondes. Rosamund Pike is a blonde.
I will say, when I first saw her, I thought she could be an old-time 20s, 30s, 40s actress.
I saw her and I thought 60s immediately. She looked like Grace Kelly. She reminded me of Kim Novak.
To me, she just looked like...
She is Hitchcock's modern day dream come true.
All right.
You
know more about it than I do.
To a T. That's what exactly... I'm like, to a T.
Yeah, I don't know what you...
That's exactly what she reminded me of.
She was perfect, though.
And she was charming. Even if you wanted to hate her,
I loved her. I loved her.
Everything about her. So when you first start off with the film, you see that Nick is obviously a horrible husband to her. So immediately, any person's going to sympathize with her. You really begin to believe that he's out to kill her.
Yeah.
That she creates this whole fairy tale about how much they were in love and how everything was perfect. And then all of a sudden things got bad, as any relationship does. Like, that's normal. But then she does a weird... Okay, Kenny just took off his shoes.
Sorry.
Then she does like a weird...
I'm involved now.
All of a sudden 360, and then she begins to show fears that Nick actually wants to harm her, wants to kill her, and you actually believe it. You're like, maybe Nick did do it, even though you still kind of doubted he did.
Right.
But she made you believe that he did it through her diary. So now, talking about her diary, I really want to talk about her pens. Wasn't it a strange thing to constantly use different pens? She used a fluffy pink pen, which I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, I wonder what... Now, I don't know. Probably because I'm stupid, but I don't know the significance of each pen.
I think it was...
Is there?
I'm not exactly sure.
It's definitely symbolic. It's a 100% symbolic.
They're supposed to show different stages.
I was just gonna say, were they like the happy stage, the sad stage?
Yeah, she has like a furry pink pen. I think for when they first started dating, she has like a wedding pen because there's a scene that she goes, "Amazing Amy," which her childhood they described is that she's constantly trying to live up to her childhood, which may describe why she's sort of a sociopath. Her parents...
Blame it on the parents, huh?
Yeah, her parents... Well, don't you always? For any psychological problem you have, just blame your mom and dad.
I blame my parents for everything.
Either way...
Out of money? Mom! Stop spending all my money!
Stop, Kenny. You always sound like a grumpy old man. Stop. So, what was I saying? Okay, so Amy... Amy Dunn's character is supposed to be a child that's amazing because her parents basically made a whole enterprise off of her with books called Amazing Amy. Anything that Amy couldn't accomplish, Amazing Amy did. So obviously it's hard for someone to live up to that expectation, and Nick was supposed to be seen as the guy who saves her. I think he actually says, I'm the guy who's going to save you from all this awesomeness.
Right.
As sarcastic, obviously, and Nick's character, even though we agreed Ben Affleck didn't portray very well. But with that being said... I think that also adds to her sociopathicness.
Yeah,
That's a word. I'm pretty sure it's not. But with her pens, I just thought it was interesting because for each day she creates a different pen. And then as you see her do the complete shift in character from battered wife to all of a sudden independent survival woman.
I loved her handwriting.
Her handwriting was beautiful, but she throws each pen away.
Yeah.
Every single pen.
that out of the...
It was just like any history that she had of her, so I guess... It
Well,
was
she
supposed to
was
be-
planning on actually killing herself.
which I thought was odd to go to that extent just to have him die, like to make sure that
Yeah,
he
but
got
I think
the ultimate
she's
sentence.
crazy. You have to remember that she's crazy. So
Where
there
were they
is
again?
no
Where did they live? And it wasn't.
Missouri.
Okay, so in the film they lived in Missouri. I couldn't remember.
Right,
I
they
knew it was
moved
the
from New York to
MIs.
Missouri.
Exactly. So the penalty in Missouri, I guess,
Death
for
penalty for murder.
for murder is
Yeah.
the death penalty. So that was her ultimate goal, obviously, because she wanted to kill her husband for whatever reason. I don't know.
Right, and so you have to remember that she's she's very crazy. So to kill yourself as a somebody who's
and
mentally
she really
impaired is
committed
not.
to her plan.
Oh yeah.
Like she knew she had it on. Well, they show a calendar, and every single point that she wanted done happened. She befriended a nitwit from the
Yeah.
neighborhood. Well, I can't remember the supposed best friend's name. She
Oh,
did
yeah.
that. She made sure
Stole
that
her
people
urine
saw
and
her.
pretended she was pregnant.
Yeah, she did a lot of outlandish things. Now, with all these outlandish things, I understand that she seems to have this as a history. Like she did it to one of her past boyfriends, pretended she was raped.
Two of her past boyfriends.
She did it to Desi. Now, we know that she doesn't love them. Does she love Nick then? Like, why is she doing all this? Is it because she couldn't have him? She couldn't control him? Or is it because she just thinks it's all a game and she just can't live to expectations or something like that?
I think that's just her MO.
Right? It's just something she likes
I think
to do.
regardless of if she loves them or not, that's what she does. That's who she is.
Because that's one question. I don't know if I have to read the book for it, because Gillian Flynn also wrote the book and she also did the screenplay. So she
Yeah.
wrote the screenplay keeping in mind people haven't read the book, and she
apparently
changed the ending.
no, apparently she didn't. And that's what I learned yesterday when
Why
I was
would she say
online
she
for
changed the ending?
because she wanted to get the book people into the movie.
What a meanie.
Yeah, what a jerk, huh?
Oh
She
my
apparently
God.
she tweaked it. It wasn't a change. Like
A dramatic
when I
change.
hear change, I think she killed
Not
her.
the same.
She actually killed herself
Yeah.
in the book, and
Yeah.
so the movie is completely
Mhm.
different. You know what I mean? When I hear change, I think change.
Boom, change.
You know, like actual
Yeah.
crazy change. Apparently, she tweaked it. It wasn't like a big.
Oh, well then that's
Yeah. I know. I thought so too.
Disappointing.
I said that online yesterday. I was in the city at the Central Park
at the Central Park.
as Chenandler Bong,
Uh-huh.
and
He visited the pop-up Friends
the
Cafe.
Friends Cafe, and I was talking about it, and I said that exact sentence. I said, "Oh, she was the author of the book and the screenwriter, and she changed the ending because she wanted everybody to be, confused."
Yeah.
And the woman behind me online goes, "No, she didn't." Just like that, and I was like, "Excuse me."
No, it's exactly.
She
what
was a
you're
younger woman. No, she was a younger woman, and she just goes, "No, she didn't." And I was like, "Hello." Like,
saying.
who,
I
hello?
love Kenny's reactions.
And she was like, and we
Wait.
were laughing and talking.
Oh, I thought Joe was listening.
Oh.
If Joe looks at me and he's listening, he's not listening.
No,
good.
he's not. So we started talking about it, and she just mentioned that she just tweaked it, like she just didn't mention this character, or just kind of.
Oh. Because
Yeah,
that was
it's
my
not
main
a
dilemma.
big-
I was hoping it would answer for me whether or not she was truly in love with him, or is it all just a game? Like she needed to play
I
the
think
part.
it's all just a game.
Because there's the scene where she's watching him have the interview. It seems like her face seems to light up, or is it to her? Not that she's lighting up because she loves him.
I think
or
she
is
wants
lighting
to
up
win.
because now
She
can
needs
play
to
a
win.
different
Yeah,
game.
she needs to win.
So
She's
to
playing
her,
a
it's all about
win-loss
winning.
game, and right now, at that point during the interview, she's losing.
Okay, so now in the end of the film, which actually, before I talk about the end of the film, I want to talk about the opening scene, which I happened to miss, but I did.
How'd you miss it?
I had to cough.
Are you serious?
I swear I had to go cough so bad I couldn't breathe.
Are you sure you don't have Ebola?
I don't stop. I don't have Ebola.
I thought you said that.
Either way, the opening scene
It's coming.
was that he was pondering what his wife was thinking about and how her brains would look, right? Like if he smashed
Yes.
it. That was the opening scene. And
But
the,
the
opening
way he
scene,
said it was very poetic.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. Oh, you
I
didn't
was
hear
I
that?
was looking for it
I
on
think
YouTube to
I think
provide
you
a clip.
you can find the you
Could I
got to
find
find the
it?
quote. No, it's got to be a
Find the
quote.
quote?
IMDb's got to have it.
While I...
So it's very something similar to every man or couple wonders, what everybody else is thinking, what would happen if I unraveled her brain. But he said it poetically by saying, what would happen if I smashed her head and I looked at her brain? Would I see the answers? Like something
See,
like that.
And then the minute you hear that, you instantly think,
I'm
he
like,
did it.
excuse me?
It's such an odd thing to say.
You know what? I needed 12 hours after the movie to kind of just suck it all in.
I think I would need to see it again just to fully understand.
I know I'm not fully there, but I needed a good amount of time to say to myself, I liked it. Because when I left, when I drove home, I couldn't. I went to bed. I just went to bed. I didn't say anything.
No, when I left the movie, I was just like, "That's a movie." It made me question.
That's a movie.
That's a movie.
And
I had
that's
to question
a street
things.
light.
I
And this is
really,
a microphone.
Kenny, really, Kenny.
Sorry.
It's
No.
just I feel like it's so rare to find really good movies
Oh,
that make
yeah.
you think and make you have discussions.
That's why
like
I
this
couldn't
so
do
long.
anything so quickly after it. So
Yeah.
I came home and I was like. Just
Either
gonna-
way, I can't find the quote right now,
Yeah,
which I wish I could. I didn't realize I could probably whip it up. But
Towing in my Jordan.
stop! Every time you see them, you say that. So
Yeah, they look like a crew.
he
that
says this in
tiptoes
the
their
beginning that
Jordans.
he wonders what's inside his wife's brain. Now, the opening scene is exactly the ending scene, but
In
he
the end,
changes
she
the
looks
words.
up.
She looks up, and he's
And
like, "What are
she
you
looks
thinking?"
beautiful in that.
She looks gorgeous.
Oh man.
I'm telling you, mesmerized. So with
Her
that being
her
said,
eyes are the mesmerizing.
I think we're supposed to believe that Nick stays with her because
Well,
she has a child.
I think so also.
Or
Yeah,
are we
because of the
supposed to
baby.
believe that Nick may actually do something to harm her now? Because she trapped him. They're in unhappily ever after.
Unhappily ever
Well,
after.
she's happy.
I'm under the impression that they're together until their child's 18.
Maybe. Or we. That's what I hate about David Fincher, because he constantly leaves you with cliffhangers.
That's why I love
I
David
have such
Fincher.
a thing
People
against
have,
cliffhangers.
yeah. I was just gonna say, people have this like
Hate
real
it.
hatred towards cliffhangers.
Oh my god, I like
Cliffhangers
resolutions. I like to know.
what makes you think. Cliffhangers are what is going to make Gone Girl not a movie of 2014, but a movie of 2014, 2015, 2016,
I
2017.
understand,
It's
but
going to
it's
have
just
the
like, ooh, why
longevity.
didn't you give me the
know why?
answer?
Because when you think about The Sopranos,
Yeah.
the ending is not clear, and we're still talking about
Trying
it.
to figure. I'm sorry. Trying to figure out.
The
Kenny, don't give me
Ebola
that.
monster almost came out of you. But that's that. We're still talking about it.
But also, really quick, because we're almost running out of time. We don't have that much time.
What
and
time
I
is
really,
it?
It's 9:50.
Oh,
We had a great review on this. I'm really happy.
wow. We should send it to Dave.
What?
Fincher. I know.
Imagine. Oh my god. She has a whole speech called "Cool Girl," which is the whole shift in your perspective of her. How'd you feel about the Cool Girl speech?
Chaos. I
It's the
wanted to
most
throw
perfect
up.
speech for
I
the
wanted to
sociopath.
throw up.
Really?
I was like, I couldn't handle it.
It was awesome. It was just like, oh
Because
my god, she's crazy.
everybody in the movie theater did exactly what you just did.
What,
They all
the
went. They
raising
were all
of the
sitting
hand?
back, right? Everybody's sitting back. They're kind of relaxed. They're watching the movie, and then you're like, "Oh, she's alive." Okay, and then she starts talking, and you're like, "Oh,
I loved it.
oh, okay,
What was the first word you thought when you heard all that?
oh."
What did it start with?
What?
Because the first word I thought was B-I.
Oh yeah.
And
No,
I was
was like,
she's awesome.
I couldn't
I've never
handle
had such
it.
a great reaction.
I was like, what the, like, what?
I had a bigger reaction for this movie than I did for Fight Club when I found out that
You ever see
the
Grown
narrator
Ups?
is Tyler Durden.
You ever see Grown Ups 2?
Yes.
Grown Ups 2.
Yes.
What? That's what I did. I went, what?
Amazing.
It was chaos.
And then she did not fail
Massacre.
to amaze me throughout the film.
She was in there for 5/8 of the film. She wasn't very
And then all of a sudden she becomes
involved,
a constant
right? In the
presence
beginning,
end.
she was in there, flashback.
She was basically a voice and narrator.
She was a voice and narrator, a little flashback here and there, which also made you think she was dead,
Yeah.
right? And then, out of nowhere, but with like an hour and a half left, she is there. That is her
femme
movie.
fatale. She's our
And
modern day
she
Barbara
takes
Stanwyck.
over. She eclipses Ben Affleck in every sense of
Right?
the word, in every aspect
The minute I
of
saw
the
it,
acting.
I thought immediately of Double Indemnity from the 1940s, and also Lady
she
Eve.
was flawless as an actress.
Ooh, flawless.
Flawless.
But also, because we don't have that much time.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Another weird thing I thought was I didn't understand why she hit herself in the face with a hammer. That was odd. She didn't even alter her face
Because she's
that much.
crazy.
It was weird. It was just like, are you
She's
inflicting
crazy.
pain
There's
on
a thing.
yourself?
There's a thing about crazy people that they do some crazy things. Am I right?
You think you, Kenny?
So, I mean, am I right or am I right?
You're
Yeah.
right, Kenny. You're right.
So I think she was just kind of being crazy.
Crazy.
She's crazy.
I loved it though, and then I know you want to speak about David Fincher.
David Fincher's perfect. Everything about David Fincher makes me happy.
What did you like more? A lot of people are commenting on the score actually of the film.
Well, the
and how
score
it
was
moved it
perfect.
along.
But you know why the score was perfect? Because David Fincher probably picked it.
Most likely.
So, David Fincher, if I had to rank from Gone Girl, Social Network, Seven, and Girl with Dragon Tattoo, I would say from 4 to 1.
You said Girl with a Dragon Tattoo.
Wait, what?
It was just a weird. Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
What?
I just liked your rating scores.
Girl with Dragon Tattoo?
Yes.
So if I had to go from 4 to 1, right? So from least to beast,
Mm-hmm.
or from worst to first,
Mm-hmm.
I would say 7,
Mm-hmm.
Dragon,
Mm-hmm.
Social,
Yeah.
Gone Girl.
Because I personally was not a huge fan of Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. For me, it dragged.
It was scary.
I didn't
Confused
like it.
me.
There were certain parts that I thought were interesting that like made my eyes widen, but other than that, it did not capture my interest. I fell asleep every time I tried to watch it. But this one really kept my
Yeah.
interest. It kept me going.
This is, I would say, without a doubt, and I would say that because I'm silly, but I say without a doubt, David Fincher's best movie,
I agree.
Gone Girl.
I completely agree.
And there's nothing to that's nothing to laugh at. I mean, when you look at the the acclamations of The Social Network,
Yeah.
just as number 1.
I really think that he's going to be nominated for Best Picture. And I won't be
It'll get
surprised if
nominated for Best
Gillian
Picture.
Flynn-
I will be concerned.
If it
I
wins?
wouldn't be concerned if it wins because I really enjoyed the film.
I think it should win.
However,
so far.
we've got a lot. We've got a lot of time.
And we have a lot of movies
We've got a lot of
coming up.
movies. Let's list a few. I'm going to list
We have
just
Fury.
5 off the top of my head.
Fury, American Sniper.
Fury, American Sniper, Birdman, The
Birdman.
Limitation Game, Big Eyes with Amy Adams.
That's right, and that's directed by Tim Burton.
There's more, and Mr. Turner is probably going to have a good showing, and the Academy loves old movies and old
All the time.
actors.
All the time.
There's so many. That's. Did I say Birdman? With Michael Keaton. There's just so much. We're so early, Gone Girl was.
I just love that all
almost-
these movies are coming out late in
Gone
the year.
Girl's almost the first one to come out.
So you think it's like the starter nominee?
I would say, yeah. I mean, then you got to look
To kick
back,
it
and you
off.
look way back, and you like the Grand Budapest Hotel. It's got like an outside shot
Well,
to get nominated.
I love Wes Anderson, and Wes Anderson, every film he gives
So
me,
there's some
I'm always,
movies
like,
that have come out,
amazed.
a while ago that still
That are
like
still
the Grand
nominated.
Budapest Hotel that
Yeah,
still
but
have
that
the
was actually I actually forgot about
yeah
that. I
yeah
thought it was
you
actually
forget
last
about it. You have to
Oscars.
go back and think
I
about
can't
it.
wait for Oscar season.
Oh man, it makes me so happy. Anyway, so I compare right now, and last year's winner as well was the first one to come out. 12 Years a Slave was the first one to come out,
And it won.
and it set the tone. And the rest of those movies, my goodness, they were phenomenal.
really cannot
except for
wait.
American Hustle, that was awful.
I loved American Hustle. Do you not like
stupid.
David Russell? What's wrong with you?
Stupid.
What is wrong with you?
Anyway, we're not going to talk about that today.
I preferred American Hustle over Wolf of Wall Street, and that says a
You
lot. That says
silly.
a
You are
lot.
silly.
I love everything Leonardo DiCaprio.
Um,
I usually like Scorsese.
Listen, I didn't even like Wolf of Wall Street that much, but I liked it more than American Hustle.
I loved American Hustle. more.
Wolf of Wall Street, I think.
All right,
Finished,
you know what?
Finished 4th for me. That wasn't even like.
We
a-
could keep on
wasn't
going
even in
about
contention.
this
Anyway,
as if I
so,
don't have class.
what I'm saying is that right now, Gone Girl can compare to 12 Years a Slave, not in any sort of way by the movies, but because
for
it's the
Oscar
first one
nominations.
out in Oscar season. It right now set the tone for the rest of the movies, and if they don't match, Gone Girl wins.
I
and
can't
Fincher
wait.
wins.
So,
And Fincher wins director either way.
so if you had to give a letter grade to Gone Girl, what do you give?
A
I give it an-
minus.
I was gonna say A minus, but you know
That's
what?
a
I'm
good
gonna
tone
be
to
gracious
set.
and
That's
give
a good
it an
tone.
A.
What's an A minus is 90, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so A minus.
I give it an A. I
9 out of 10.
loved
How's
everything
that?
about it. It's modern day film noir.
Let's go out of 10. Out of 10. 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. I'll give it a 9.5.
Okay, that's fair.
The only reason why I didn't get a full 10 is
Because
just
it's not an A plus.
Yeah, there's still something like little
No, I got
tweaks
you.
and little things that
I got you.
I didn't really enjoy.
I
but,
would give 12 Years a Slave a 10 out of 10.
oh, I cried for 12 years.
Oh, I cried every minute of every.
But because it amazed me and because I'm still pondering about it, I do give it a 9.5.
All right, I'm at 9. Sweet.
So with that being said, that was our show. I'm
That
really
was
happy
our
we
Gone Girl
actually
show.
got to completely review Gone Girl, and I think we're getting ready to start talking about other movies.
Hopefully they come out soon. I don't know
hope so
when the
too.
release dates are, but
So with that being said, there's no box office news for me right now, and also there's no huge movies coming out at the moment.
yeah.
So I hope you guys have a lovely day. I'll see you guys
Have a
again
good
at
week,
2 o'clock
and-
for the usual suspects.
Oh yeah, have a good 3-day
you.
weekend. Spring.
Oh, that's right. You guys enjoy your Columbus
We're back on
Day.
Monday. Myself, Joe Archino, and the Sack Daddy.
And Kenny Bryan and I will be back for Everybody Loves Spring with Twice the News and Half the Feeling on Tuesday.
Yahoo.
You guys have a lovely 3-day weekend. Toodles.
Hello, everyone. This is Gregory Kasimis from the Metro Deli in Scarsdale. The Metro Deli has been part of the Westchester community for over 10 years. We always use the freshest and highest quality ingredients for all our dishes and catering events. Our breakfast features bagels with fresh